Trouble is brewing, and those are not my words. Those are Goldman Sachs words. They're talking about trouble brewing below the surface for the stock market, and they are saying to start selling this their quotes, junk rally. And I couldn't agree more. Now, you can make money going up. When the stock market goes up, you can make money when the stock market's going down. I don't even think I'm live. No, I am live. Somebody just gave me a thumbs up. Thanks to everyone that just gives me a thumbs up, because I can't even tell if I'm live. We're going to talk about this. Stories out of Zero Hedge, and I want to remind everyone this is the pre-filming discount. I'm going to put up more videos today for the AI stock trader course. If you want to learn how to use AI way deeper than just going, what stock's going to go up, what stock's going to go down. I'm not joking. This is a game changer. Links down below. All right. It says here, in our Monday market wrap note, we pointed out that while stocks eked out modest gains, some turbulence was forming below the surface where the momentum trade was rapidly taking on water. Fast forward to this morning when Goldman tech specialist Peter Callahan echoes the same warning, writing in a note that on one hand, the NASDAQ remains in melt-up mode, rising on 6 out of 7 days on continued trade optimism, which was day 2 of the China-US trade talks, which, by the way, is just now hitting CNBC as we speak, that futures are falling flat as the market opens because the trade talks are stalling. There's issues, right? It says here, better than feared macro and strong corporate results, which in turn help push the Goldman US Financial Conditions Index. Now, we've all been looking at the inflation numbers, right? The inflation numbers just came out this morning. They're being hailed as, quote, better than expected. The problem is when you don't look below the surface, below the headline, you don't read all of the actual numbers, you will see that first off, inflation is still up, all right? That's something people don't realize. They go by headlines and then they feel a little better, so they go out and buy cars. Like we just saw it when Trump came out with these tariffs. A bunch of people raced in to go buy cars, only for one specific reason, and that is fear. Fear. The fear of it costing more. Now, the truth is, and I just need you to please, do you agree, yes or no? Everyone's car, all of our cars, whatever kind of car, whatever year they are, we could ink it along a little bit longer. We could fix it, right? Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Like if it took like another year, do you need a car like right now? Like, oh, my car's going to explode. Well, even if your car exploded, the engine went out. I used to drive a Lexus. Oh man, you got to love this. 130,000 miles. A Lexus, what was it? A GS? It was an older one. I ended up paying cash for it. Ended up throwing a rod and just detonating inside. Right? When I was going away with my wife for my anniversary like 10 years ago. We brought in the Lex dealer. They're all looking at this car. This never happens. Yeah, right. Well, it happened. My point being is that it happens. Things happen. And I had an emergency fund to fix the car, right? But it seems like everybody is motivated by fear or greed. That's just truth. It's like it's what we get up for. It motivates us. Well, this is how markets work, and this is how you need to think, because you're like, I'm going to take advantage of this, and I'm going to make money from it. Some of these cycles are big and slow moving. Some of them come on really fast because of technological advances. I hope I'm not getting too advanced, but does that make sense to you? Okay, let me go back to this. All right, it says here. That said, under the hood of a trending tape, Callahan from Goldman Sachs warns that there has been a fair bit of choppiness over the last few days. Goldman's momentum pair is now down 7.5% in 6 days, underperforming the NASDAQ, right? Nearly 850 basis points. Now, it says here, additionally, Goldman's long mega cap tech basket has lagged the bank's non-profitable tech basket for the last 6 sessions. Tech speak, let's just put it this way. Things aren't looking well. It's slowly coming to a grinding halt. This momentum move up out of this the 10th worst stock market crash in the history of the S&P. It's like this little melt up, but it's not on a lot of volume. And that's what people need to understand. And this is why you need tools to be able to aid you in better decision-making processes. I hang out with some people that work on the floor of the NASDAQ, that have worked on the NYSE. They're using AI like you wouldn't believe. And a lot of people think that they use AI just to automatic trade, these auto trading bots, which you have to tweak. That's not exactly it. They're using AI to decipher information that they used to have to go through, like reports and things like that, quarterly reports, 10Qs, 10Ks, things like that, in seconds. They can take that information and compare it next to others. I'm watching Dylan taught this in the class, actually. If you want it, the link's down below. It's the pre-filming discount. How you could literally take company earnings reports and put them into the AI. The AI takes it and pulls out all of the positive speak and the negative speak and compares it to other companies in the I want to say region, but in the sector, to be able to see if all of them are speaking the same negative comments. It's just absolutely blowing my mind. Here's a little side note. Has anyone heard of a web bot? Cliff High put this web bot together a long time ago. Type 1 if you've heard about it. Type 2 if you haven't. I'm actually curious how many people haven't. This is how I actually made $1 million in 2017. The web bot is a program that scrapes everybody's emails all around the world. And what it does, and this is really legit, because this part I do know a little bit about, deja vu. We all have deja vu, right? Where we project into the future and we can see things, but you don't realize it until it actually happens. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just had a deja vu moment. Well, the truth is, I know it's going to get a little creepy on you, but it's true. There is no time in heaven, all right? There's no time. Time is on earth, right? Time was created the second God set the earth in motion, moving around the sun, right? And we're bound by time. That's why we got quartz crystal. That's not a quartz crystal. But my point being is that quartz pings at a certain frequency, anyway, blah, blah, blah. That's how deja vu happens, because we're moving in and out sometimes throughout time. Anyway, sorry. Okay. I've actually been able to experience. That's a total tangent, time miracle. But anyway, sorry. My point being is that the web bot would pick up everybody's ability to be able to project into the future and through their linguistics. And AI is doing that now to pick up on CFO and CEO's linguistic tones to see what's really truly happening through their statements. Because behind the scenes, even though they're trying to put out a rosy front so you don't go and sell their stock and dump the market, they're telling you what's happening. To me, it's completely fascinating. And so we're getting an upper hand, an unfair advantage when we're buying stocks, cryptos, things like that. That's amazing. Now, there's 6 main points I wanted to go over with this report from Goldman Sachs, this warning. First off, stronger than expected NFP temporarily disproves that trade uncertainty is negatively impacting growth. Focus, this is number 2, focus this week is on China trade talks, and further de-escalation could occur and further unprice this narrative. Number 3, tomorrow's CPI could come in softer than expected, and that's exactly what happened, right? But this is what they said about it. Goldman economists are forecasting 25 basis points for the CPI X minus food and energy. Why? Because food and energy are still super expensive. Remember, I talk about this all the time. The 2 things in the inflation report that should matter is food and energy. But the government doesn't want you to know that's still up or even rising in some places in the country higher. So what they do is they tell you about all the other crap that you don't need that's actually softening because the economy is starting to come down rapidly. So people aren't buying, crap at Home Goods to redecorate their house. They're not, Home Depot and Lowe's has been warning for a while that the consumer is completely shifted. They're not remodeling their homes like you think they are or what the media was saying. Home prices are dropping, rents are dropping because nobody's got the money to pay for the full payment with the insurance and all that kind of stuff. So what they're doing is they're trying to show you a rosy picture. Well, what's actually happening is we're going through a crash. This is exactly what happened in 2006 and 2007 before the big kahuna. Now, to me, what blows my mind is we've already went through the first wave of a banking crash. In 2023, we lost more money to the banks that closed their doors than all of 2008 combined, but Biden papered it over, all right? Next, we went through in the early 2025, the 10th largest stock market correction in history, okay? So now we've got the fall coming up and we are in the middle of an insane trade issue. Set aside the crap that's going on in California, because Gavin Newsom and the politicians from California, Californians, by and large, are amazing people. They all voted the way the rest of the country did, just so you know. But those elections get stolen because there's a handful of people, they're straight up Satanists, in my opinion, like Gavin Newsom that are out there lying and just deceiving certain people that are out there trying to fight what's going on with the immigration. Just so you guys know, I voted for that. Okay, just you know, if you're here legally, I voted for you to go home. That's it. Guys, if everyone agrees with that, type 100 if you agree with that. And I'm going to be really just straight point blank here. When I go to Mexico, when I go to England, when I go anywhere in the world, you know what they make me fill out? A form that says I'm only going to be here for a certain amount of days, or I'm going to either have to pay a fine or go to jail. Weird. That's what every country should be doing, because what happens is if you feed the bears come around and just eat everything you got. Eventually they just attack you. Crazy, huh? See, look, everybody voted for this. This is the rule of law. This is how a society, a civilization stays stable. But right now we're not stable because of Satanists like Gavin Newsom. All right, so if you guys want that course, I'm not joking, it's a complete game changer. Links down below. The price goes up, please don't email me or Dylan and complain that I'm not helping the little person, because, and you're only little if you think little. I'm big, and it's because I think big. All right. I love that everyone's taking that course too. I love that you're learning how to use AI way more than, it's such a freaking, what's it called? Hot topic. Everyone, oh, we got AI. Nobody knows how to use it. So I'm teaching, Dylan's really knocking it out of the park, teaching how to become prompt engineers. All right, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.